Good morning, everyone. Oh, look, we're witnessing a little sparring match going on here. This usually happens every morning, where three barb goes after two barb. Today they're today they're especially violent. Three barb is the one on the right. Not the two in the middle are females. The one on the left right now is two barb. And the reason I call them that is because of the tail there. But you'll see three barb right there, and then two barb right there. They every morning they like to start to spar because he's got his little harem of females over here, and then Hitman's got his little female harem over there, and it's quite humorous actually. Sometimes it's just picking at each other or chasing each other around or something, but that was a pretty interesting fight. So he's got his whole little group over here. And there's one male over there too, but he's the subdominant one, so he's kind of chill. Oh, see, here we go. He's standing guard. Look at him. He's a pretty cool fish. Now he ain't. These guys have laid eggs once. I may try to get like two barb and a couple of these females, put them in a separate bucket, see if they'll get some eggs going again. But I've got some eggs from that group over there. I don't know which one it was, but they laid it on the stack, the upright stack of the of that undergrabber filter tube right there. That's coming up. So maybe they'll do it again. I've had better luck though putting them in a tank by themselves with like a vertical piece of a slate, like a black slate, and when they lay the eggs, I'll just pull the slate out, take the eggs off, and incubate them separately. That's usually the best way for angels to do that. But right now, I don't need any additional babies currently, so because the room that I'm in, this is my fish room, and it is a mess. So excuse the mess. All this stuff's gonna have to come out because this summer, because this floor is unlevel, and this room is kind of unvented. So what's happened is a lot of moisture from the groundwater outside, because of the way it's unlevel, a lot of that moisture has gotten near the foundation, and yeah, I'm gonna have to do some foundational work, and then I'm gonna have to cut out some drywall over in that far corner right there by the couch, and replace some of that drywall down near the bottom where it's kind of like collected some moisture from the outside. But in addition, I just want to redo this room, just to kind of give it a revamp. And so that floor is going to have to be completely, all this floor is going to have to be completely taken out, and then I'm going to pour new concrete down here. And then I'm going to move the stove closer to that, move this tank closer to the window over here. That way it gives me more space over there, but on that side there, because I got a couple more tanks that need to go there, and then the TV's got to be mounted up above. So yeah, there's a lot of work to do in here, and then that whole rack, of course, will have to be disassembled. Everything will have to go out of here, and I'm kind of waiting for the summer to heat up a little bit. Oh, look here, let's go back to these guys. Got another little sparring match going on here. Oh, same two guys, three barb and two barb. It's interesting that every now and then you'll have a third male jump into the fray, but not today. And that female out right there is just kind of like, where do I go? Where do I go? But Anyways, it's these guys are interesting. And the funny thing is that, like I said in a previous video, they're actually in with a couple of African cichlids, which is crazy because typically African cichlids don't get along with anything other than African cichlids, and then even then sometimes not. But these two red zebra, they don't mind them. In fact, once I put these angelfish in there just as a trial, just to see what would happen, they actually started coming out of their shell. You see one hanging out there in the rocks right there, and there's actually another one probably in that rock. Sometimes they go down in that hole over there or down through there. But yeah, they don't mind these angels at all. They get along. They don't fight at all. In fact, the angels seem like they're more aggressive than these guys. But I like it when they're both out. They often don't come out. That's the male right there. And then the female, she's holed up in there about 60% of the time. Whenever I see her, I've been waiting for her to come out for the last 3-4 days, and she showed up last night just briefly, and I wasn't quick enough, but I'm going to pull that rock out of there once she's out. That way I'll see her more often, and she can go hide over here if she wants to. You know, but eventually, like, I think this whole little tank will probably, I'm probably going to do something completely different with this tank here. All these guys, well, these guys here will end up in there. And there's 3 of them already in there. I already moved 3 of them over just to see what would happen, because there's so many, there's 4 big angels in there now. And they're huge. They're much larger. You can see one right there, but they are much larger species than these marbled ones. Than these marbles here, and I was afraid that they might get bullied a lot, but they seem to be doing fine. They interestingly enough, they do not hang with the other angels. I know, I'm not sure if this is because they're younger or what, but they don't hang with them guys at all. They kind of, there's 3 of them in there, and they just kind of hang to themselves. In fact, sometimes they actually hang out with the phantom tetras down near the bottom. But hey, whatever, you know, as long as they're not, you know, getting bullied, which they don't. I mean, they're fine. And so anyways, that tank went through a major cleaning yesterday, and there's a lot of glare on it, and so I apologize for that. But actually all you see is the windows behind me, so you don't even see the fish hardly. That's another thing I'd like to do, is get rid of that glare. And I got shades on it now, but they're not doing enough, so maybe I need to do blackouts, or I need to do black film on it or something. I'm gonna figure something out once I clear this room out. But consequently, if anybody wants to come and help me break down a couple tanks and move them outside to the porch this summer, I would welcome the help, especially with that big boy. That is some thick glass, and it is super heavy. That is something I'm gonna need quite a bit of help with. Probably 4 people at least. It took 4 or 5 of us to get it in here, so I'm pretty confident it's gonna take 4 or 5 of us to get it out of here. And we're not moving it far. I think I'm just gonna leave it out on the porch while we pour concrete, let it settle, and then I'll move everything back in here, and once I paint and everything. The fish, on the other hand, all these guys, I got a couple different options. I got another 150-gallon tub out, or 150-gallon aquarium out in the barn that I can put them in that, or I also thought about putting them in that tub right there. just for a week or two. Either way, I think they would be. I mean, they'd be fine. In fact, I know a lot of these fish were in there anyways. At one, when I was setting this tank up, a lot of them moved into that tub for a couple weeks, and they did fine. So, but anyways, I just saw those. I just saw those marbles I introduced to that tank, just swimming around. There they are. I don't know if you can see them. Oh, there they are, coming right into view to your left. But see, they kind of like hang out by themselves. Actually, look at them chasing each other around. But anyways, that's kind of where we're at today. So, oh, I thought I saw the female come out. It's just the male. The female's still holed up in there, but yeah, that really surprising that those Africans are not as aggressive as I thought. But hey, what are you doing there, bud? Oh, 2-barb, come checking things out. And the old 3-barb over here. And you got Bandit. No, that's not Bandit back there. That's is that Stiffy? No, that's not Stiffy. Was that Blue Eye? Gosh, I can't identify that one quite yet. I'll have to look at my identification photos. When I first got these guys, it was really hard to tell. I was trying to figure out which ones are males and females, and they were so young, and of course you couldn't do it. So I started taking pictures of them and naming them so I could identify them later as males or females. And I can't remember which one that is, but in any case, y'all have a great day.